Okay, guys, we are here in the shop. I've got a couple of bars of Gulf Wax in the little 2-quart crock pot here, and we've got it on low. And we're going to attempt at some wax potting of some pickups. Now, from what I've seen online, I have not done this. I have not asked anybody that really knows in person. What I'm doing is asking, I looked online. And I followed Kathy's pickups and StewMac and whatnot. And I watched some videos. I watched them while I'm doing this stuff. And we are going to melt this wax. And we're going to dip some pickups in it. So this is where we're at. And I'm going to have to let you go because we'll pause this until this is melted. I don't know how long this is going to take. This is my first attempt. I've never done this before. I've got a box full of Chinese crap that I want to try to wax pot, and we'll see how it works. But you're going to watch it. So pause, and we'll be back. An hour in, you could see it's starting to melt. We got one brick almost all the way melted. It's starting. I ended up putting it on high. But it's starting to melt. We're getting there. And we got all the pickups lined up here that we're going to wax pot today. These are all junk. Chinese junk. Cheap Bass Squire junk. I think there's an Epiphone pickup in here. There's a Dragonfire pickup in here. But it's one of the really cheap ones and it's not wax potted. It's a slug coil. These are covered. These are Chinese stuff. A couple of them weigh pretty nice. One of them is really light. I think it might be a fake humbucker. I'm going to tear it apart before I put it in the wax. But there's a P90 in here from China. These are a couple Temu pickups that sound really nice, but they're horribly microphonic. They're clones of a Super Distortion and a PAF. A bunch of single coils, ceramic magnet single coils, and we're gonna wax. It's melting. We're just waiting. Okay, guys, we're in. We have melted wax. Now, what I'm gonna try to do, I'll try to do the first couple here, one-handed. And I won't put you up in the holder. Up in the holder. We'll try to do the first couple here one-handed. We're going to do the Temu DiMarzio clones first. There they go. There's one. And here's two. And they're in there. They're in. Now we're going to let them sit about 20 minutes. We're going to let them sit about 20 minutes. They're in there. They're going to bubble away. You can see them bubbling. You can see them bubbling. Basically, they told me on YouTube, on the YouTubes, when the bubbling stops, your pickups are ready. They're cooked. So we're going to let these bubble. And then we'll pull them out. We're going to put them on this rack over here. All right, guys. I was thinking about 20 minutes, but it's not. It's been about 10. And this has pretty much stopped bubbling. So we are going to take out our stash here. Lift the lid. First, we'll go with the Super Distortion clone. Let it drip. And we're going to get it, put it like that. This is our PAF clone. Let it drip. And then we'll put it like that. There we go. They're both drying on the rack. Next, I want to put in this brand new tele pickup. This is a brand new tele pickup, never used. Leads were never cut. It's a brand new tele pickup. I think it's out of like a Squire or something like that. And this is just a rag soaked in naphtha. I'm just making sure all the dust and the crap is off of it. And that's what's going in here next. Going in there next. And I think the P90. Let's do the P90. The Chinese P90. All right, we're into wax. We're bubbling. Wow, they're bubbling like crazy. They're bubbling like crazy. These are looking good. So here we are, we're waxing. We'll come back here a little bit, we'll show you some more. Hey guys, look at this. We got a nice rack of freshly wax potted pickups that they are drying. We've got a couple more, we've got some of the covered Chinese humbuckers in the bin now. And they are cooking away. And they're bubbling and doing their thing. And we just got a couple more. We got one more of these Chinese humbuckers and a couple more of these slug coil Chinese humbuckers. And we got a couple single coils. Well, one of them doesn't even have any black tape on it. I'm curious to see what happens with that one. But these are all decent single coils. They're like 6K. They're all ceramic, so I like, if it was my personal guitar, I wouldn't use them in it. I do have a single coil over here, which is a Dragonfire. It's literally hotter than hell. It's like an 8.8K single coil, but it is a ceramic magnet. But man, does it sound good, but it's a squealer. So we potted it, and we'll see what happens. These are just Chinese slug coil humbuckers. This is a Dragonfire slug coil humbucker, very cheap one. So you could tell it's older. I did kind of scuff it with some steel wool to try to get the gunk off the pull pieces. But these are Temu's. That's a Chinese from a Gibson Les Paul Jr. P90. That is a brand new tele pickup. I don't remember where it came from. I think it's out of a Squire. The leads were never even cut. It was never put on anything. So I don't think it, I think it might be a Squire. I'm not sure. But it needed, it didn't have any wax potting, so it needed some. So this is where we're at. We're wax potting. We're still on high. We're boiling away. And we'll get back to you. We'll let you know what's up. Camera once more. All right, there we have it, fresh out on the baker's rack. We're drying. We're starting to solidify a little bit. Those will get all cleaned off with naphtha. They'll look nice and shiny. I think these here are going to go in the Headless Horseman and the Black Beauty that was decapitated. The Headless Horseman. I think that's where these are going to land. I think the black, because it has black with white binding, and I think the white pickups will offset the black hardware and the black body and the white binding, and I think the white pickups will go with it. So I think that's what we're going to do with those. But nothing else here has a home right now. If you got a budget guitar floating around your basement and you hate the way it sounds, you want to try one of these out, I will do you an install for basically nothing. Just come over and throw me like $20 or something, and we'll put it in your guitar. And we'll see how it works. But yeah, there they are. Because I'm going to be eager to see what happens if they sound okay or not. And there's no way we're going to be able to tell unless we put them in a guitar. I do have a Stratocaster here that has no pickguard and no bridge and whatnot. It's all gutted, and I'm thinking about just throwing a Mexi bridge on it, or a Chinese bridge or something, and using some of these single coils, especially that one right there, because that was a super hot one. Putting them in the Strat and see what they sound like. So we'll see what happens. Definitely. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking around. This is my first adventure into wax potting. We are in talks with a good friend of mine about doing boutique pickups, doing our own winding and doing wax potting. And so I had to learn. And this is my way of learning. I learned by doing. So this is what we did. This will probably end up being like a bonus video or something. So thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you always on Friday. Bye.